Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and in this video I'm pretty much just gonna read whatever I want. So we're coming up on a very busy week for me, and I know I might not read a ton, so I don't want to commit to reading like 3 or 4 books in this video. So I'm just gonna pretty much read whatever I feel like. So the book that I want to start right now is Sea of Charms. This is by Sarah Beth Durst. This is the most recent book in the Spell Shop series. I'm so excited to pick it up. I cannot wait. And my sister got me this really awesome signed personalized edition of it. So I'm even more excited to read this and see what happens. I love this world. I love these characters. I love Sarah Beth Durst's writing. And so I'm just really excited to get immersed in this. So I do really want to read this one right now. I also am really feeling the Geo-Magician right now, and there's a lot of others, but I'm also kind of itching to read another horror and seeing how I like this one. So I don't know what we're gonna read for sure in this video yet. It's pretty much just gonna be whatever I end up picking up and what I feel like, and so we'll just see how this goes. So wish me luck, and I will check back in with you when I've actually started reading one of these books. What's up? Good morning, guys. It is now Monday. On Saturday, I said I was going to start Sea of Charms by Sarah Beth Durst. So I just barely started this on Saturday night by the time I got done editing. And I only read like 14 or 15 pages in this. I read like just over a chapter. But I locked in and I was reading this like crazy yesterday. And I'm loving it. I am loving it. I am halfway through this book now. And I'm almost 200 pages in. I'm on page 187, and this book is fantastic. Shocker. Me loving a Sarah Beth Durst book, it's not surprising at all. I absolutely love this series. I love all the characters that interconnect in these books. So in this one, we're following Marin, and she is, if you've read The Enchanted Greenhouse, she is the one with the boat. She's the supply runner with the boat that she brings supplies for them in the Enchanted Greenhouse. Now this is her story, and it is following her, and she is just a loner. She has her boat to herself, and she has a companion that his name is Perry. He's a sea serpent. And then if you've read The Enchanted Greenhouse, you know that she also takes Ree with her. Now Ree is he's a wax myrtle. He's a plant, and he's a sentient plant. And she takes Ree with him because Ree absolutely loves the sea, and all he wants is to be a sailor. And so she takes Ree with her, and come to find out, she actually loves having Ree as a companion. He's just so happy, and it reminds her, Ree's love of the sea reminds her of when she was a child, and that's all she wanted to do, was just to be out on the water, be a part of that world. And so Ree brings out kind of these memories for her from when she was a child and how much she loved the water. She also has a friend. Now his name is Dax. He is a composer, a musician in Elysium. He is in the capital city, and he's kind of naive. Like, he is grown up in this conservatory since he was 4 years old. His parents took him to the conservatory and left him there, basically. And so he's been raised at this conservatory. He has no knowledge of the outside world whatsoever. So he's naive in that way, but he's also just like the kindest, sweetest, biggest hearted. He wants to learn about everything. He wants to experience things. And when Elysium falls, due to the emperor being thrown, when the Elysium falls due to the emperor being thrown, he is kept in the dark. Like, nobody at the conservatory tells him that Elysium is under attack. Elysium is a mess. Everything is on fire. Nobody tells him a thing. But obviously Marin sees it, and she goes back to check on him and make sure that that he is okay. And in doing so, Perry, her sea serpent, and Ree and Marin, they offer for Dax to come with them on the boat and just get off the island, go to safety until everything's kind of settled down. And then if he wants to go back, she'll take him back. Well, in that happening, a whole slew of other people come too. But he decides that he wants to stay with her. He wants to travel. He wants to see things. He thinks it'll be good for his like final piece, his showcase piece for his music and stuff like that. So that's kind of where we're at right now. The writing in this is fantastic. The magical creatures in this are amazing. I love the sentient plants. I absolutely love Perry. He's his own character. Even though he doesn't speak, he has his own way of kind of getting his point across. And I love Perry. And this one I feel like has just a little bit more with the winged cats in it. The island that Marin is from, her parents are from, is actually known for all of the winged cats that they take care of and that seek sanctuary on that island. So it's really fun seeing those characters come up a bit more. We've seen them in the other books, but not as much, I feel like, as this one. So I'm really, really enjoying this a lot. Marin has a lot of things that she's trying to deal with. She has a lot of stress. She has a lot on her shoulders. She is trying to pay back some debts, and they're coming due. So she has a lot of stress on her. And I'm absolutely loving this right now. Like I said, Sarah Beth Durst, her writing is just incomparable. Like, for me, there's nobody that writes books like her in my eyes, and her books just speak to me. Like, they really do. They just work for me. Her descriptions, her characters, they're just so personable and relatable, and it totally works for me. So I'm absolutely loving this. I'm hoping that I could potentially finish this today. I am halfway through it. I'm flying through it, but I also have stuff I need to get done today. So I need to finish cleaning up the house and get some elk steaks pulled out so I can get those thawing and get them put into milk. So I'm gonna start getting meat prepped for when my husband comes home. We're gonna have stir fries, we're gonna have tacos, we're gonna have steaks. So I'm gonna get all that stuff pulled out today so that way I can start prepping. I'm gonna do a grocery run tomorrow, so I need to get that list together. So I have a lot of things that I need to do today. I have a lot of things I need to do tomorrow. My kids have a dentist appointment tomorrow, and then they have a doctor's appointment the following day. So it's gonna be a crazy week. There's a lot going on. It's gonna be busy, but I'm going to take the time and I'm going to enjoy the absolute heck out of this book. And I have no clue what I'm going to pick up next. I have no idea. I haven't honestly thought that far yet, but I'm absolutely loving this so much, just like I knew I would. I think I almost am into this story a little bit more than the Enchanted Greenhouse. Maybe not quite as much as the Spell Shop though. The Spell Shop, there's just something about that book. I think maybe it's my first Sarah Beth Durst. I think that's why. But there's just something about the Spell Shop that hasn't been topped yet. All the other books that I've read by her, the other books in the series, they just haven't quite lived up to my love of the Spell Shop yet. But this one, I think, is going to be very, very, very close. I still have a lot to go, so I'm very, very excited to continue this. So I'm going to go read and drink my coffee. We're going to watch Mr. Peabody because my daughter wants to watch Mr. Peabody and Sherman. And we're just going to hang out this morning. So I will talk to you when I have some more updates. Okay, so I have noticed here lately that it seems like either the books that I'm reading are like 4.5 stars, not quite there 4 or 5 star, or they're absolutely amazing and I give them like 6 stars. I finished Sea of Charms. Hands down, absolutely amazing. I loved it so much. It was 6 stars. This was fantastic. She takes the things that we love from the Spell Shop or the Enchanted Greenhouse, aka Ree, our sentient plant, and the winged cats and the romance and the just fantastic writing and world building and all these different islands and characters from previous books, and she just expounds on that. So this book is happening at the same time as the other books. And you can see the connections if you've read the other books and you're reading this one like I've done. You can see the connections. Like basically all of these books are happening simultaneously. And I love that so much because you're seeing, like, you know already what's happened with the spell shop or with the enchanted greenhouse, and now you're seeing this whole nother perspective of what's happening with a different part of the world or a different character and what she's dealing with. And it's so interesting the way that she's done it. This one, however, explores our world even more. You're not just talking about Elysium, our city that the Empire has been thrown, and you're not talking about Caltri, and you're not just talking about Beldy, or like you're not talking about like one specific place. With Sea of Charms, we explore so many different places. We see so many different creatures. We have Perry, who is our sea serpent, and we have so many different creatures in this book, and it makes it so much fun. I love the creatures that she's come up with. They are so diverse and they're so different, and they're just, I just love it so much, all the creatures that she has in this book. And we meet new ones and we see ones that we've seen before, like the mer horses or the winged cats. You know, we've seen those in the prior books, but we see those again. And it makes it so much fun the way that she's created this world. And then knowing that the next one that comes out is the Magical Cheese Emporium, and seeing, you know, kind of hinting at the next book popping up in this or past books, or it's so much fun because they're all so interconnected. They're all so obviously the same world, and you see characters show up or, you know, different references, and it makes it so much fun. I absolutely loved this book. So when I started this one, I wasn't sure about how I was gonna like Dax because he's very naive. He's been in the conservatory the entire time. He doesn't know the outside world at all. And I wasn't sure how I was gonna like him, but he has the biggest heart and he's just so lovable. But he just has such a big heart and he's such a lovable character, and I really liked it a lot. He wasn't stupid, he was just, you know, he was just naive. You know, he didn't know. He didn't know about the world. He didn't know about things going on. It wasn't that he was stupid. It was just, he just didn't know, like genuinely. And I really liked that. I loved Marin, our character, and she was great. She had some really hard things happen to her before this book starts, and she's dealing with it in the best way that she possibly can. And she says that she's not going to care about anybody or have a crew or, you know, like open her heart up to anybody else so that way it can't get broken. But Ree and obviously Perry's already involved in her little crew. But Ree comes in, and as soon as Ree comes in, it all just kind of tumbles from there, and it goes haywire. And she really opens up in this book, and I absolutely love it so much. It was absolutely amazing. This book did not disappoint. I'm so glad, and I cannot wait for the next one. I can't wait to read more from her. She did not disappoint. She usually doesn't, never has. And I'm so glad that I read this. I'm glad I didn't wait any longer to read this book. So that being said, I have no idea what I'm going to read next. I'm going to film my TBR right now, but I don't know what I'm going to pick up next. So I will check back with you once I figure that out. So I'll talk to you guys later. Okay guys, so I haven't really talked to you for a few days because it's been insane. We've spent so much time at Home Depot, it's not even funny. But I did end up finishing out reading Must Love Moss and Moonshine, and that is by Maisie McGill. This is a prequel for the Moonshine Hollow books. I've never read these. I got it for free on Kindle, and I thought I would try it out, see if it's something that I would be interested in buying the rest of the series. It's a cozy fantasy with a pinch of spice, it says. So this one is following Tansy, and she is a jewelry maker with this traveling caravan, and her partner and best friend is a dwarf who he works with metal, and they work together, they make jewelry, and she's been really happy traveling around, but she has decided that after this season she wants to settle in this town and stay the winter and just kind of, slow things down, stay in one place for a while. So she's in a hurry to get to that town and set up their booth so that way they can get a good spot and make a good amount of money while she's taking a break. In that happening, she ends up taking her horse into the woods. Her woods get spooked by brownies. She hits her head, falls off the horse, and she loses her memories. Well, she is saved by the forest dryad named Kellen. He saves her and nurses her back to health. And in so doing, because she's lost her memory, like, she's physically well, but she doesn't remember anything. So they kind of start to fall for each other, like, instantaneously. They start to fall for each other, but they're worried that when she gets her memories back that she's going to have, like, a husband or children or, be with somebody. So they're concerned about that. So overall, this book was very cute. It was very, very, very insta-love. But I didn't really talk to you guys about it at all because it is super short. It was like 193 Kindle pages, so very, very short, but it was really cute. The only thing, I think the biggest thing for me was the insta-love and the fact that I felt like the spicy scenes were like in a whole nother book. Like, it totally did not fit the cozy fall vibes that this book is. It didn't really fit for me. So overall, I ended up giving this 3.5 stars. I thought it was cute. I'd be curious to see what she would do with like a full-length novel with the rest of the series, since this is just a prequel. I'd be curious to see what she does with the rest of these, because honestly the vibes, and like there's a squirrel companion in this that's super cute, and I thought it was really interesting. So I would definitely be curious to see what the rest of these books look like. I might have to try them out. It was a really cute fall read, and like, I'm glad that I read it. And like I said, I got this for free off of Amazon, and so I had a chance to try it on here and see if I liked it, see if I would be interested in getting the rest of the series. And I'm definitely curious to try it out. I'll have to look and see what the rest of the series, if they're like interconnected standalones or if they're all connected or what. I'll have to look into the series more. But overall, I'm going to wrap things up because it is Thursday evening. I'm not going to finish another book by tomorrow. Like I said, it's just been a very, very busy week, and I knew it would be. So I haven't been putting a ton of pressure on myself, but I still wanted to film for you guys. So we have officially gotten flooring for our shed, and we're looking at paint for our shed. We have electricians coming up starting tomorrow to work on our shed. And so things are happening, and I'm very excited. So I haven't told you guys, any of you guys, about any of this yet, but like I said, I'm trying to like film as I go with this, so that way I could put it together and do one big video. So we have things working, progress being made on that, and so yeah. That's pretty much all I've got to say. So thank you so much for being here, hanging out with me for a little bit. I know this might not be the most interesting video, but I absolutely loved Sea of Charms so much. I was so happy with that book. It was amazing, and I can't wait for more. This Must Love Moss and Moonshine was good, but it was, like I said, it was like 3.5 stars. So we had a really great one, and then, I mean, that one's hard to follow. When you have a read that is that good, that is just like a new favorite, it's really, really hard to top that in a video. So really glad that I read them both and didn't wait any longer to read Sea of Charms. And next week we have my TBR. So thank you so much for being here, hanging out with me for a little bit, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.